Schaam zegt Meister Sheen dat men hey om het bij de nishon met get de basaba met Schaam is dat ook Schaam maar iets leuk is maar heb gemeinde was geweest wanneer ik al ben zelf de Yerushalmי. Gemara says on Memhamed Beis. Gemara question Zuga what? Memhamed Beis. Zuga Shol. The Chachamim, the Zekanim, depends how you explain Zuga, but Akapom, they asked the Rebbe. Rebbe was the Masada of the Mishnayos. Ma Nisni. What is the halacha? Nisni Keren Ravai is the Ravai, which we're talking about, is only in a vineyard, only in a where there's a Keren, or not a Ravai. It means everything that grows in the fourth year is also not Dafka in a Keren. Man nisni, Keren Ravai, not the Ravai. Omalon, so Rebbe answered, Pekoin Shol and Rebbe Yitzchak, Ruba. Go ask Rebbe Yitzchak. Go ask Rebbe Yitzchak, the Bechantelei Kol Masnita. He was Boichen, went through all the Mishnayos, but I was Masada. Moshe learns here, what was the back and forth? Take a look here and pay Moshe after the Mishnah. Zuga Shol Rebbe, Man Nisni, Kloima. This is a foundation for all the Mishnayos in Gan Shas. So I'm going over this to see the Chilukei in the Babli Neshami. So the Dosh Tei Do Zuga Shol Rebbe, Man Nisni, Kloima, V'yila Mishnayos HaKodomas. Now, Dosh Tei Mishnayos HaKodomas, B'Perek Hazeh, Heich Nisni, Keren Ravai, or Net Ravai. Now, we didn't have before this Mishnah, Keren Ravai, or Net Ravai. So what's it going on? It's really going on the next Mishnahs. If you look in the Mishnahs, it's easy to see. The Mishnah is showing the first Mishnah is Keren Ravai, the second Mishnah is Keren Ravai, and Mishnah Gimel is Keren Ravai. And after that, the Tana goes and he says in Mishnah Dalet, Keitzad Poidim Net Ravai. So the three Mishnahs of Keren Ravai, and the fourth Mishnah in this parak starts Net Ravai. So that's the first Agdom, he says. You're asking me questions? Let's see what first. How the Rebbe was Masada the Mishnayos. So Nachamot. Zuga Shol Rebbe Manisni Be'ila Mishnayos HaKodomus Be'Perek Hazeh. He means the first Mishnahs of this Perek all say Keren Ravai, Heich Nisni, Keren Ravai. That's the actual three Mishnahs. Omalei Zuga Shol Rebbe Yitzchak HaGodlos. They didn't have the Mishnahs like we have over here, so you could the Mishnayos. They didn't know. So, but Chanto Leikom Masnita, Kloima, Afa Pishani, who has Soisim, my Mishnah, Dr. Rebbe. Rebbe says, even though I was the one who was Masada the Mishnah, the Soisim, the final word came from Rebbe. Soisim, my Mishnah, Mikom Mokim, Misati Loi, I gave to Rebbe Yitzchok, Havchona, Shokol HaMishnah, Shu Yavchin L'Sada Lois Al-Seder. Then he's going to be Sadar al-Seder. Now, the question was, what is it? Is it Kerem or is it Neta? So he said, Gei Freg Rabbi Yitzchak. Why exactly didn't he answer him? Why didn't Rebbe answer him? So from the Rabbeinu Art Scroll, he says Rebbe was busy. Take a look over here in Chalufa Gesoyes Beurim from the Rabbi Art Scroll, and he says over here in the right column, Rabbi Yitzchak Meishiv shebechelik min ha-Mishnayos sosen Rebbe kedas oime Keren Ravai ubechelik mehem sosen kedas Net Ravai. Rebbe Gufa, in other words, Rebbe was asked the question, and he was pushed it over the question to Rabbi Yitzchak, and Rabbi Yitzchak says that you yourself, sometimes you said Kerem, sometimes you said Net Ravai. V'lo yechriya ezeg yisin nechoina. It can't be both right, either Kerem or Net. It's Tzvay under Dinam. Either it's noig only in a Kerem, or it's noig in all the trees. What does it mean, Kadamaya Keren Ravai? B'tinyona Net Ravai. Ain't a kavona. Shahayrois Misiyomas ilu nishnu b'dafka boyfen zeh. Doesn't mean that this mission is dafka like this and dafka like that. We had two different gisoyes. Upamim shoyne Rabbi Kach. Upamim shoyne Rabbi Kach. Now they can't be both correct. Is masha from him. Ayin oy doris harishonim chelik hey. I don't know exactly what this is, but the Fi Pirish Hazeh moving Yosem Adu Rabbi leheishu be'atzma al Rebbe was Masada Mishnayos Why didn't he answer Rabbi Yoina? Show Rabbi Yoina. Two different dinim. Two different things. Kerem is a vineyard. It's the only thing which is growing in a vineyard, and not growing someplace else. And neta grows any place.
I understand that, but it's
Yeah. But it's only by Kerem. If you learn Kerem Ravai, it's only applicable only in a vineyard. If it's not in a vineyard, it's not noig. And if you hold neta Ravai, it's noig all over. Well, the fee pirzeh, moving Yosef Madua Rebbe lo heshu be'atzma la shalit, Ketzad yesh ligas b'mishnayis hilu. If Rebbe was in charge of being Mesadeh the Mishnayis, why didn't Rebbe answer the question? Why did he punt it over to the Yitzchak? Mekivans, look, this Rabbi Yatzko saying this, I think. She'ein nafke mina lamasa be'eze Mishnah gosim keren Ravai ube'eze Mishnah net Ravai. I don't know why he says that, but that's what he says. There's no nafke mina. They're both Christish. Rebbe was taught it. And under the Mesechtes, Lahitis Asma Elias Bogi Bekar. What? Strange, no? I don't know. No. Be careful, because bring to a Toises Yontav, Balzen. What? Ezik to Toises Yontav, yeah. Elo Omer Lehem Levaris Adove Eitzel Rabbi Yitzchak Ruba, Toises Yontav Sham, Rei Ahora 16. The Toises Yontav. We'll take a look at Toises Yontav. Akaponim, what he's saying is that why didn't Rebbe answer it himself? Himself made the three pieces. Shadas atanoim asoyim shedini Ravai noigim b'chol peres. If you hold net Ravai, it's noigim in all the peres yilim. V'yesh ligid b'chol mogoim net Ravai. Ab b'sholish hamisnayis shel haperik. The first three mishnahs which I just read to you. Here we have it says net Ravai. It says keren Ravai. So you have to be good as well net Ravai. U'devreim hayrois ilu ochen nishnu legabe kol haperes Ravai. But if you don't net it, now it says the first Mishnah says Kerem, doesn't say neta. In Perikut Alocha Aleph, Poiskul Alocha Kefi Hadeya Shedini Ravai Hagim B'chol HaPeres Ilan Ulam Yitoch. Now, if you look in the Rambam, he says the Rambam Yud Aleph. But if you, so the Rambam in Perik Tes, he talks about over here Neteravai. That's how he starts. Perik Tes, Halacha Aleph, Neteravai, Eise Kodesh Shenema, Ubishona Haraviyas Yeh Kol Pi Kodesh Yilulam Lashem. V'dina L'achal Bol B'Yishalayim. That's Neteravai. That was Nemek Yishalayim. K'mayis Sheni. Shem Shem Mayis Sheni B'Suya, Kachay Neteravai B'Suya, Tzali B'Oretz. U'B'Neteravai, Hu Oimev is as Kodesh Lo Yiyu. It's talking all as Neteravai. That's Halacha Beis. Haroitz Luft is Neteravai. Poetic Ma'aser Sheni. The pigeon is Ma'aser Sheni, and he has to be Ma'aser V'Chomish, and he has to take it to Yerushalayim. And Poetic Ma'aser Ma'aser Sheni. Ariu Mom Gavoya K'Ma'aser Fichach Ein Niflim Matona. All Neteravai. Halacha the whole. And then he says Halacha Gimel V'Poetic Keneravai. Rotze B'Dei Anov and words like this. Keneravai and Shikha. So he goes back and forth between Keren Ravai and Neteravai. So it's not clear, at least not to me, not now, how the Rambam passes. Does he pass on Keren Ravai, he passes on Neteravai? Or does he hold that what? That it's both noig, they're both nishkamachloik. But if you look in the Gemara, and into the Gemara, the Gemara, Pashtova, Pashtova says in the Gemara, Man Nisni, Keren Ravai, Neteravai. Amalei Rebbe, Pukon Shulin Rav Yitzchak, Ruba the B'chantleika Masnisa. Good question. Navku Shalnei Omelon Kadamayu Kerabai. There's the Mishnahs in the Masechta. It says Kerabai. If you turn the pages, you'll see that Sheitaka Kerabai. Findinyona, and after the third Mishnah, Shteit in the Mishnah Neteravai. So what's the answer? What's the answer? The answer is looks like they're both true. Sai Kerem, Sai Neteravai. They're Shteit in Rambam. Yeah. I wife do Shteit Kerem, do Shteit Neta. So it's not answered. That l'choy bleibt up in the air, right? Rav Zira mekabel l'savya da'av b'yoyim de Rabbi Yitzchak Gruber. So b'chantcha kol misnayim minay. So to play Moshe, what is the shot in this sentence? Kadamayu kan Ravai tinyon net Ravai. Kloimer. Kach sidati oisam hamishnayis Sagt der Yitzchak, ich habe Masada gewählt, the Mishnah is, HaKoid Mishnah Beperik Hazeh, the first three Mishnahs, Ad Mishnah Revius, Sedati, Lishnois Behem, Keren Ravai. If you turn the page, you will soon see that straight Keren Ravai, the extra three Mishnahs. Vashniois, Shehem Mishnah Revius, Ad Soif Kol HaPerik, from the fourth page and onward, including the fourth Mishnah, Sedati, Lishnois Behem, Net Ravai, Bekach Nishna Hen Lefenenu, and so steht in the Gemara. Rab Zira Mekabel Asavya Kloime Hoy Koyebul Al Ilu Hazakainen Shahoy made a Yitzchak Grabber. So Rab Zira asked the Zakainen from Rab Yitzchak Grabber, the Rab Yitzchak the Goyser Rab Yitzchak, Shloi Bichnem Mimenu L'Chol HaMishnah V'Leida Tama Seidah Shaloi Shazid B'Gudas Rebbe. Why did they do it like this? Tony B'Tesefta Perikei Keren Ravai U'Mefarish HaShas M'nei Shehu L'Shor Shein Osa El Lefi Shor so he answers over here a teretz. What's the Maful to say? After the Gemara, the beginning of the wide lines. Man nisnu heich nishnu. The bechanta lekam is nis. This is in front of Yitzchak HaGodel, Aorach. Loshen bechina. Kedamai reish bekim, but Saiser is reish praise and pay net to the back. Mekabel is have. Zuk Reb Zila zoi. Mechiach. Umekantel is a kingdom. He's saying that the Zira was mekanta, shtickle like questioning, strong questions. Laz the kainim shoyi biyomad Reb Yitzchak al shelo yivchinu nami kol mishnayis mimenu. Why did he make it clear? Shul isho ad shenivde mashenken olu loydem osa. Okay, let's look at the Rashi. Look at Rashi. Left column, 4 lines from the top. Man nis b'keravai net ravai. The Pligita Noi B'Reish Pei Ketzim. This is the same question that the Mishnah, the Gemara asked in the beginning of Ketzim V'Ocha. The Ma'asaba Kol Heichad Noig Ola Noig Ravai. One man Doma says Ola is going with Ravai, the 4th year. B'Kulu Peias Eilan the Olam Boyin pigeon. They all need a pigeon in the 4th year. B'Shon Ravias because he didn't net Ravai. Ma'asaba, the other man Doma holds. He the bekulu nahagola enochanam all is noig all the time. Kedusha zevai, but the kedusha from the 4th year is only noig beken, not every year. But tamim mefarish also the 4th year of the tree. Yalug zeh shov nem mekan lo yisiv lechem tu also v'nem olahalm tu also sakedem malhalm keren afghan is keren. Because the man the dosh lei mihilulim do ba toin shira toin hil zeh ayin. So yes, the Yitzchak Azoi. The Bechanta leikom is naye. Bechanti v'didagdiki imoy kol mishnayis k'moy shenimsu. So what did Yitzchak answer? Kademoy you can revive it yon net revive. Kisava commandom and net revive. Enochanami holds net revive. So why the first mishnah is the first 3 in the page say keren revive? El de'en chashada is interessant pshat now. He says like this: one is the keren and one is net. The net are trees and keren is a vineyard. One are vines and one are trees. So he says like this: de'en chashada. And the Mishnah tells us, Keren Ravai mitzayin noise b'kuvutzas. You make signs so people should know that this is a Keren Ravai. You shouldn't get in trouble by excuse me by eating from these things that are also. Now it's the difference between a vine and a tree. What's the difference? Somebody's passing on the road and he's passing by a vineyard. So the vines are low, and he puts his hand in the vineyard, and he can take off the pears from the vines. They hang over the fences, and they go into the roadway, and they'll easily take off the pears from the fence, from the vines, which are low hanging, and that's why you have this problem with Keren Ravai. So that's why mitzayin. Why do you have to be mitzayin? What does mitzayin mean? You have to make a siman that this is Keren Ravai. People shouldn't make a mistake and eat it. Why do you have to make a mistake? Because it's easy to touch. And why is it easy to touch? Because it's low hanging fruit. What? Yeah, zechor. Ubila. Yeah, of course. You put some pieces of earth and you just make a marking with the ground, and you mark off on the ground. Ubilana is when you talk about net Ravai. Those are trees. These are trees, one-off trees, and they don't hang over on the fence, and they don't hang over on the road. And you can't reach the trees are high up. The berries on the tree are high up. There's no chashad. Somebody's going to go and raise his hand, take off the thing from the tree. Who's going to come? A worker with a ladder and so on and so forth. Because that's not talking about mitzayin. Do that to bring mitzayin without machatziyin. You have to make a sign. Mekabel is vay matzik alayim shloi digdiku hamishnayis mipiv. So Gimme Reb Zira was a little concerned about this. Why did he say it clearly? Targum tzakosai kibalte. Kabbalah Savai means he was like criticizing. Shuhul shah. He said like this: Shemach masak shomim hein nemuchim ve'ini nikah. We're talking about because of the rain pushes it down. The makin shabayis shoni yeshetek on him yivdom. Ruva fash shemoniki adoma. You made the signs. What your kibbutzes means by the assembling of the earth. Ma adoma dike hanoi minei avhai name kimiv the geshoda suni minei. You could have an off from it. That's why he used. The Gemara wants to know what's the difference between Keren Rabbi, Neter Rabbi, and Ola, and the Kvorim. What's the different types of Simonim? So he shows you with the Simon what's the difference. What one is has Mutabanoah, and Ola is Osabanoah. So he says like this. Let me just read the Gemara again. Man is the Keren Rabbi, Neter Rabbi, Amalam Puk Shalom Rabbi Yitzchak Ruba, Davahad Legazar, Mafka Vishalom, Amalei Kademoy Keren Rabbi, Neter Rabbi. Rabbi Zira Mekabel Asavi Davi made Rabbi Yitzchak Ruba like the Chanta Kom says Minai. Tony Keren Rabbi, why you make Keren Rabbi? The mitzayin Oyse Bekuvutz Adama. You make a sign from the earth itself to show that this is Shuhul Shah. It's only temporary. Shel Ola Bechases, and if something is Ola, Isav Ola. B'chivra shu yoyse mikan. Chivra means it's white, and you put a white piece of earth there. V'shekavaris, and when you have a kever, so it's longer. The kever is much longer. B'sid don yoyse mikan. Look, the last couple of pieces in the Rashi on the left side. V'chivra min offer love like a pishashi shu yoyse mikan. Shemiskayim yoyse shesuru oroch. The issue of the kever is much more. Oil is also much longer time. So you have to put a simon that's going to be lasting longer. Nobody has a noah from the earth, unless you're using it for planting. It's a hard piece of earth. It's not. It doesn't grow. I've had less I know. So the biagro. What does he do with this sugi? He says like this: Keren on the right side and top. Keren Ravai Kadomi, Keren Ravai B'Tinyon and Net Ravai. Pirish. Oh, the Tony B'Sholish Mishnai so Rishonim Keren. Why did the Tana say in the first three Mishnahs of this Perek? He says Keren Hainu the B'Shoyne B'Shim Kavoris. The first Mishnah is he's talking about a kever. Ubi Kavoris Dafke B'Keren. A kever is also in a Keren. The Hainu. Im hoye keren oimid al keren echad. If this kerem rather, the vineyard has one kerem inside, if there's a kerem and the kerem has a kerem, everybody has to know that it's tameh. Why? You shouldn't use this kerem for the nesachim, the Beis Hamikdash. It's tameh. That's why it says kerem, because there's a kerem. The kerem, don't use it by mistake to take it to the Beis Hamikdash for the nesachim, for the kabbonos. The Zaysim is not the gay. You don't have to make a sign. Why? The Zaysim in the Mekablum Tumah take a b'shas mesiga. When you take the Zaysim and you masik it, in other words, when you harvest the Zaysim, it's not Mekabel Tumah yet. Kitoni boitzim b'tahara. When you make the b'tzira, that's the later stage. That has to be b'tahara. But ain't moiskim b'tahara. When you take it off the tree, it's not yet ripe, and it's not ripe for it's not pri. Ubishniya, the second Mishnah, Gabe, Keren Rabbi, Oilu Yushalayim. That's what the Mishnah is talking about. Those Mishnahs we will soon see. That's Shem Ba'alok. Yemechad Nokat Afka Keren. Because the fire is Gemara. Why did it say over there also Keren? Shlo Yoya Novim Mitsuyin in the Sochem. There wasn't a problem, so you could use Keren. Ma'ashen can use the Zakshash in the Sochem. So Mela, you can't use the Keren, and you have to make these signs. Ubishlish is Nokat Keren Mishum the Boiler Mifkage Bepered the Boilers. That third mission is talking about the different types of grapes. When it has a din of peret, when it's not fully developed, or it has oil, it doesn't have the shoulder, it doesn't have the bottom part, that has to go to the aniyim. Sheinenu el bekerem. That halacha of peret oil, the Torah says that's matnas aniyim. Those is not dafke by kerem. Lekach nocha b'cholani kerem. Or b'vasha neter Rabbi. So the Goyin is learning clearly here that there's no machlokes in Keren Rabbi and Neter Rabbi. Some mishnahs on the geya for the kerem. like you just see the peret and the oilers, or it's in the Geir ben Geir to the Nesachim. So there he says the word keren. Or but the other Mishnah he say netter devai. Or but couple chlekes in the shtul. But that's the chayre, not how we see in the Bavli. So we'll see the Bavli in a minute. If Zira Mekabel Sorachleim and Mekel Pirish, so he's Mekanta. He had the lotion of Mekanta. So the Shav Gefreg. Now he uses the lotion in Mekel Pirish Mevazo Isam Ashalei Lamdu Kolam Eslisam Imenu. He's saying here, why don't you come to me to hear the shir? Shul Shah Pirish Akvotze Shaladom. This clumps of earth that the Mishnah says here. Mitzaynos Bikavotze is on the first line of the Gemara. What is that? Adomu Hu Shul Shah Isi Ravai Gamken L'Shah. Isi Ravai is only temporary. Shu Yoisim Ikan Pirish Isi Yoisim Ravai. Shu Shah all is different. All is 3 years. Ulakach. Mitzaynos B'Voniyos Shu Loviyos is something which is very white. Which is Kavoris and the Kevish Oilam Osa. That's always Osa. So why? Because it's something which want to show you that it's more Osa than anything else. Now here, in the Mishnayos, the Batanur says, Karen Ravai Mitzayin Noise Boinim Moise Tzion V'Simen Shiakiru Shu Karen Ravai B'Toim Pigeon. It's telling me that it's Karen Ravai and it has to have a pigeon. What are you mitzayin it? B'Kavotzes Kavushis Rigvei Adoma. This comes from the earth. Simonik Adoma. Shal Oda B'Chasid Adoma Shoy Simenik Kli Cheres. This Simonik Chases. And the Batanu and the Taisyantiv, it says, why is it doing over here? Why isn't it Masechta Ola? Because the Moshe Hatamai Tisheni V'Ikir Kodesh Kamoyim. Agav She'iske Din Hatziyim V'Ayisham Gam Din Tziyin Ola B'Keve L'Fikach Afapi Shola Kodesh Marai. Now the issue is over here because the Dog Gemara, we saw this Gemara the last week. The Gemara says in Moed Cotton and Daf Hey that Remez L'Tziyim Min HaTorah Minayin. So the Gemara brings over there a remez for the Tziyin Mashma that the Tziyin, the din of Kever, is a deraisa. Other Chonim want to say that Tziyin is taka deraisa. Others don't, it's not a smach to be alma. But akaponim, if you're saying over here the whole Tziyin is what? Schor, you shouldn't come to eat from it. So why is that a deraisa? What's this a deraisa? That should be only at best it should be a derabbanan. So that's the Lashon HaGemara here in the Yishan. What's the Lashon HaGemara in the Ketzim V'Vachim? In Ketzim V'Vachim steht da, Minahan and Mili. Famous Gemara, Vana V'Esach B'daf Macha Brocha. Tana Rabbanon, Kodesh Shulun Hashem, Melamed Shetuna Brocha L'fneim V'Achayim, Mekan Arba Kiva, Osa L'Adam Shitim Klum, Kodesh Shivach. Hai Kodesh Shilulin, das steht der Kodesh Shilulin, Mekan Ravai, L'Ochu D'Osa, Hai Boile Der Rachmona, Achlei V'Hodir Ochlei, Achlei v'hodir achlei. First you have to mechal the Karen Ravai, the net of the Ravai, that was mechal zayin, and then you can eat it. Either dova toin shira, toin hillel, shene toin shira, and toin hillel. If you have Shmuel ben Achmeni, Am Yosim, then Shmuel ben Achmeni of Yosim, nayin shenoim mishira yayin, shenema v'toin la gef mechir. Dalti is tiloshit, so you don't have to Karen Ravai and for net of the Ravai. Freit the Gemara Kasha, nichelaman the toni net of the Ravai is very good. That you learn out from Kodesh Ululim that you have to make a bracha. If you learn what? Keren Ravai, Ma'ik in the Meimer, Yidmer of Chiyav of Shimmer, Chaylut Toni, Keren Ravai, Chatoni, Net Ravai. So if you learn this Gemara, yeah, Maglan, I'll single it, Maglan, Gemara, Shlan, Gemara. So if you Maglan, Stamach like it's Keren Ravai, the Net Ravai, yeah? Now, other here, other here, not both, but you're learning this Gemara, this Yishalmi, for the Yitzchak Aruch, Yitzchak is saying, Esh the Mishnah Zoy, because that's in the game, that Mishnah is talking about the Keren Ravai. Well, that's the Mishnah, because we're talking about the going by and taking off from the vineyard. And Iston neither the second Mishnah, the third, the fourth, fifth, and sixth Mishnah is talking by Net Ravai. And the Chmasha is not Gamachlekes. And Rabbi Yitzchak had a big emphasis, right? He said Kadamoyi, Asaisa, but both are emes. Right is an emes. But over here, when you learn the Sukkah over here in the Bible, it's Chonish Mashma, the Mashma Taka is Gamachlekes. So Kim Toyis L'Choyel, the way I'm understanding it now, is the Taka Machlok is the Babli with the Yishalmi. Well, the man the Torah Keren Ravai, but the Kaimelon, the Toyis is the Ravai Noyig Af B'chutz Loretz, Miu B'Keren Noyig V'Loi B'Shari Lonis, the Kol HaMeikah B'Otz, Halach L'Mois B'chutz Loretz. The canon revive is manazem, mechal no shav prutas. This place is also going like that. That it's a machlokes stake canon revive or the nether nishal abayda. But you learn it according to this Yishalmi is the chayil lefi anila lefi neizayiti achshav. But the Yishalmi learns beida than an emes. This shtoka machlokes is canon revive and nether revive. And the Rambam also the chayil brings both dinim. Take a look and pay that. He gave the beida din sai kem sai nether. Looks like he's going with the Yishalmi. So it's 8 miros. I get the figure about it.